Streamex Corporation.
I dug in and looked at this thing. Was this from a shareholder that we found, or was this somebody that we found?
Somebody who
let us know.
They offered up Morgan Lekstrom as the sacrificial lamb to come on the show for the first time.
And we're so important that we got a co-founder.
That's right.
Executive chairman.
Yep.
Of Streamex. I'm very excited to have him. Is he? Do we have him online?
Yeah, I think he's there.
What? I'm here.
Listen, man. We are very important, okay? Because we get executive chairmans on the air. So great to see you, man.
Hey, I like cool titles too.
Yeah. I got to ask you, gold was in favor and often thought to be a hedge against inflation for many, many years. You guys went out of favor a little bit, I'm going to say pre-COVID just a tad. And now you guys are the investment du jour. And I'm not suggesting that it's a short-lived thing, but boy, it sure came back. You remember the days of all the commercials, you know, gold prices have never been lower, and they stayed low, and all of a sudden, kabam, over the course of a year. Just overall, before talking about your company, talk about just the state of the gold markets here, because it really is a comeback story that never really had to come back, right?
Well, I mean, comeback stories require that they completely died and no one cared about them. So, no.
Right. Because
it's not a comeback story. It's a come along story.
Yeah, I think you're right, because I think there's a lot of analysts and a lot of investors bailed on you guys just because the prices were stuck at 2,000 for a while. What happened?
Well, I mean, we're not a gold company, but yeah, I hear you. I mean, my background is in mining, building gold mines and mines all around the world. But the funny thing about the mining space is when it does slow down, all the riffraff gets pushed out of it. So you see, like in the global mining space, the big companies do well, they cut their costs, they do their fun things, but all these governments just start accumulating. They're like, oh, gold's a little cheaper, we're going to accumulate. Oh, the US dollar is, oh, wait, they're continuing to print US dollars? Why would they do that? Why would they do that? Gold starts going up. Everyone's like, well, gold's really high right now. And my whole view on that is the purchasing power of the U.S. is going down, not
No, you're absolutely, boy, that's it couldn't be more well stated. The minute that we started putting this much liquidity in the market, you can go back to 1940 and see how fat inflation followed. I mean, it's happened every single time. Talk to us about the GLDY platform.
Yeah, so it's the Streamex platform. GLDY is our product. It's a gold with yield. And before you say, wait, what, gold with yield? How do you do that? I'll tell you. It's really simple. The whole world is looking at this, what we call the real world asset space in tokenization and crypto, and everyone's trying to do something, and they're going, well, like we got this chair, and I'm going to rent my chair out, and I'm going to tokenize it. You know, there's a lot of
We're going to NFT it at the same time.
Yeah. I'm going to put a picture of a cat on there, and it's going to go nuts. We're going to make a bunch of money. And then
he's referring to the monkey thing. This guy, by the way, is taking your place, Mike. He's going to be on the air. Forget about the CEO thing over there. Thanks, Morgan. On TV.
Done. Let's do it. So the real funny thing is when you actually look at the functionality of what blockchain does and what crypto was meant for, it was meant to disintermediate real-world activities into a financial instrument, and that's exactly what we've done. We've taken a traditional gold model, which is just one-to-one back gold, called our GLDY,
right.
And we've taken the leasing market, which is similar to like Xerox leasing their photocopier. We lease gold to industrial manufacturers through our partner Monetary Metals. We take that, put it in tokenization format through a smart contract. All that means is we're able to pass that lease fee to people while they're holding the gold one-to-one backed in a tokenized format. We made it into industrial or institutional level, which means ETFs, RIAs can hold it. You have something now that you can hold the gold one-to-one and get paid 3.5% to do it. So pretty unique product in that sense, and that's just our first product. It may have taken 3.5 years to develop and build and almost bankrupted me a few times, but hey, we're here now.
But it's a come-along story, brother.
Come along for the ride, boys.
Morgan Lekstrom is the co-founder, executive chairman of Streamex Corporation. Their ticker symbol is STEX. Morgan, when did this idea, when was the seed planted? I mean, what was the genesis of it?
Oh, I like a little bit of corny jokes. I hope you guys are okay with that.
Fire away. No, imagine that. No, I know exactly who you are, man. You're never going to get out of there. We need a daily report from you.
Yeah, there we go. It was a Stexy idea, but no.
There we go.
That's my first one of the day. That's all I got.
It works.
It was about 3.5 years ago. My co-founder and I are sitting around, and I'm the traditional mining guy. Before this, I founded a gold mining company called Next Gold. It's actually about to start building a mine in Canada here in the next 6 months. So, yeah, I'm still on the board of it. And I'm sitting there being like, man, there's got to be a better way for everyone in the world to trade commodities. And just to put this into kind of line of sight on financial numbers, the gold market, just the gold market, not the rest of the commodity market, trades every day as much as the S&P 500. You just don't have access to it.
Yeah.
Welcome to the institutionalization of a commodity that everyone wants, but you do not have access until now.
Yeah.
So that's how it was.
If you think in terms of blockchain and how that's supposed to be obviously fraud proof, which it is. It's if you hand me $1, I hand you a potato. There's no broker fees. It's as clean as can be. Yep. Talk about the adoption rate for people to kind of figure this out, because look, I would argue that we're already in the age of digital currency. I've had the same $40 in my wallet for the last year. Unless I'm tipping somebody, I'm not using cash. It's all digital currency anyway. But at the same time, talk about how the adoption rate, because this is brilliant. It's structured as a regulated Reg D security. It's safe as kittens in terms of fraud. But you're the new kid in town, not new kid in town in terms of gold, but it is a newfangled idea. All those young kids are jumping on this StreamX thing. I'll tell you what, it's a brilliant idea because it puts the safety back into commodities. And this template can go over any commodity if you guys get this thing figured out.
Well, exactly. So think about this and I'll answer your question here in a second, but think about this in a logical format. I have an activity in the world that pays a yield. It's never been seen in the financial light before, other than, put your gold in, wait a year, maybe you'll get your yield back. Right. Now it's tradable and fungible. So when you think about the blockchain space in general, the adoption rate is just like the Industrial Revolution, right? It's just like ETFs. On our board, we have a gentleman named Kevin Gopal. He's like one of the godfathers of the ETF world, built Bank of Montreal's from zero to $100 billion ETF. And he's like, we're right. StreamX is right where ETFs were when they first started.
Okay, let me give a little just infotainment to our audience who don't understand what an exchange traded fund is. ETF, exchange traded fund. Think of mutual fund, right? Mutual fund was there because it was a basket of stocks. Basket of stocks made it safer than buying one stock. So let's say a perfect ETF for gold is GLD, for example. It's a basket of gold stocks. It follows the gold market, but it's not just one stock, and it makes it safer. The best part about it is you can trade an ETF like a stock. Mutual funds that you have to trade at the end of the trading day. So in other words, whenever it closes out, that's what you get. So ETFs really revolutionize a lot of commodities and even the technology. Here's another ETF, QQQ. It's a basket of technology stocks, not a commodity, but it puts safety back in. I think what you're doing here is you're taking the fear out of a piece of investing that needs to be part of everybody's portfolio, and oftentimes it's forgotten, don't you think?
Yeah, well, 100%. Or you're like, hey, I want to go to my gold dealer and buy gold. Or, hey, you know what? Like, my broker put me into GLD. I have to pay 30 basis points to hold it. But, I'm going to ride the ball on gold. Or you buy GLDY, you ride the ball on gold, and we pay you 3.5% to hold it, 350 basis points to hold it. And you get that paid back in more gold. So you're compounding gold. It's like, that meme where Austin Powers, where they're like, gold. Yeah. That's literally what it is.
Hey, man, Morgan, I don't know where you're located, but we got to get you back. We got to get you in town here.
Absolutely. Well, you see him on the next show. I won't be here. Morgan will.
You're fired.
Yeah. So excited for you to join us, Morgan. Thanks. Morgan Lekstrom, co-founder, executive chairman, Streamex Corporation, StreaMX. That is the ticker symbol.